Next, what is the composition, mandate, and function of various regional development board in Karnataka? Very simple, direct question. In your economic survey, it is there. Um, in the book that we have given, it is there. So like that, you can just write about. So it's very clear. Composition, mandate, and function. Usually, mandate is objective, aim. You have to write if you know, and function. Okay, what are the function of various regional bodies? Okay, so since it's a direct question, you can start off directly. Okay, like you can write about Hyderabad Karnataka Development Board. Okay, what it is, etc. Now the name has been changed, all that you can write. Okay, what is its implementation, who are the members? It has a chairman, 5 official members, 12 nominated, 4 invited members, 6 experts. Rapid inclusive growth is the mandate of the Hyderabad Karnataka states. Okay, which includes which all districts. You write about it. Okay, functions, what will you write? It will come up with a comprehensive development, it's an infrastructure development, institutional gaps will be filled, macro projects will be come up, etc. Those things you will write. Similarly, you have Malnad area development, Bayalosime development area. Okay, so these things you should be able to write. It's a very direct question, factual question. Uh, Read about it, remember the things about it, make micro notes. You can't remember everything, make micro notes about it. Okay, so you should at least be able to write the headings and some things about it. Otherwise, the story is the same. It all leads to it. Their main function will be obviously what? Infrastructure development, building social infrastructures, things like that. Okay, but some finer points will be there, factual points or some technical points will be there that you need to highlight. Okay. ठीक है. Next is export promotion is vital to push economic growth and create a job. Enumerate the steps to be taken in Karnataka industry policy to promote export from Karnataka. So there is a new policy, right? Karnataka Industrial Policy 2025. So it talks about many things. It also talks about exports. Okay. So here the question is specifically asking what measures have been taken to promote exports. See, one thing is knowing the factual things and writing about it. That's the most ideal thing. But let's say you don't know, you have not read about this topic, and then they ask this kind of question in the exam. Export. Let's see how you will write without knowing. That's what I'm trying to explain here. Then I will tell you what is there in the policy. Let's say this kind of question is asked. So then you will write some data. Okay, or you'll cook up some data, just broad idea. So you can just say that Karnataka export means one of the major exports will be from service sector. So you can write that. Okay, then we are leading exporters in some of the agricultural commodities like coffee. These are common sense which you would know. You don't have to remember by heart, etc. So we have been exporting agricultural commodities like coffee. I mean, if you know something, you can add to that. Okay, so some data, if you know, you can write to that. Okay, how much of the composition of export from India comes from Karnataka? Those data and all, that's what I told you. Some very important data like education, healthcare, infrastructure, like that. Those some important data you should have repository of it. Now only start collecting them so that you can use it here. So for example, now export, you make a note of it. So 5.3% of India's export comes from Karnataka. This number you can remember. Make a note of it in one of you keep a file called as data. 3-4 pages of data you should have. Karnataka related 1-page data, India related data, some 2-page, not more than that. Okay. So 5.3% of the export. So around 17 billion export. $17 billion of export. Okay, anyways, if you don't know this also, you can still write these things, right? So you can write India, Karnataka is one of the major service exporters of India. Agricultural commodities, Karnataka is leading in many, for example, coffee, you will write. Okay. So in order to promote this, Karnataka has come up with various initiatives, one of them being exclusive focus on export in Karnataka industrial policy. Now, once you write that, you will not know what else to write. Just think what all can be done to promote export. Obviously, that will be there. See, these people who come up with these policy also, They are also like, usually from the past they will take examples from Indian export policy, take example from global policy. Yeah, like how our constitution has been inspired by other constitution, same way these policies are influenced by other things, generic things. Same civil servants will do these policies. Where is the information from? They will also Google, they will also do some research, they will also ask on think tank, all generic ideas they will have. So what all should be done to promote? One is infrastructure, ports, roads, and other things. Then we should market survey and other things should be done. So in order to ensure which market, which sector is this one, etc., we should be able to identify, right? Then we should be able to promote MSMEs and cottage industry, something like that. See, I'm telling you what you can think about generally. Okay, infrastructure may you will talk about logistic, ports and airports, exports, etc., railway, things like that. Okay, marketing strategy, thinking what all you can do. Okay, then the specific regions, what they are good at and what they want to export. Then awareness, tax incentive, like that, something like that you will write, even if you don't know. Okay, these questions and all you are not leaving, you have to write something like this. Okay, one or two somewhere if you have read, you will highlight that, put it in a box. See, for example, okay, in the policy there is something called as town town of export excellence, TEE. With only this word you can make an impression that you know everything. Okay, so you will write these generic things, something one or two words, you will write it, highlight it, make sure that he thinks, or the evaluator will think that you know a lot. Is that understood? So these kind of questions you should be able to, uh, you know, grab onto. Don't have to leave it. Okay. Anyways, now coming back to what is there. So as I told you, private participation is being encouraged in logistics, ports, and other things. R&D centers are being created. Export Promotion Council will be created. Seaports would be strengthened. Minor ports would be taken up on a priority basis. Bangalore air cargo will be, railway will be strengthened. Global market intelligence reports will be created. Town of export excellence, in order to recognize export promotion projects in various districts, participation in international fair trade, awareness of export promotion program among the domestic business, etc. These all have been taken up in the export policy of Karnataka. So that's what you will have to write. Even if you don't know, some 2 or 3 points you elaborate by writing more relevant points. Don't simply write something, oh, export is there, export is very important, export is that, export create jobs, export this. That's not asked here. They're asking very specifically, enumerate. That means list. You list the steps. No need conclusion, no nothing. Okay, list the things. Simply, if you don't know, don't write irrelevant things like export is very important, export creates jobs, and that's not being asked. So here they're asking what is done to promote exports. Obviously infrastructure, obviously market, obviously regional, like that. These basic things will not change, only some specific points you have to remember. Is that okay, guys? This is what you are supposed to do when you don't know a particular topic. Is that okay? Give an impression you know it. Okay.